Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. This nation opens its gold vaults for a rare view. Let's explore. It's not very often that we get to see what's inside of these vaults of these central banks around the world, but this is another rare glimpse. You may remember it was a few years ago I talked about how Russia had opened up its gold vaults so that we could see the gold inside there. Well, now another nation has done it. Now, I don't think that this nation is going to go the path of the Russian Federation, at least not that I know of, unless there's something geopolitically that I'm missing. But nonetheless, I think it is probably wise in some instances for some of these nations to open up and be transparent about what they have. I think in a way it's empowering. I believe the United States should do the same. We need to be much more transparent. You know, I'm typically don't subscribe to the notion that there is no gold in Fort Knox. I believe it is there. But I can certainly understand why people question it. I think those questions could be resolved, at least mostly. You won't be able to convince everybody, but if you have a transparent audit that is open to the public and to media, and have a lottery on what media can attend, and just open it up so that we can see the bars and have them assayed, to be able to look at them and be able to photograph them, such as we're seeing here. Very interesting, nice, clean storage area here, very unique. We saw this as well when the Central Bank of England allowed us to take a look inside of their vaults. In fact, it was showed by one channel in particular, Periodic Videos. She had a very nice video on the gold inside of the London vaults there. So very interesting indeed. This comes to us from Reuters. Fascinating indeed. It is Portugal. Portugal's central bank opens its vaults for a rare glimpse of the gold bars. And we'll take a look at the photos here momentarily, but Portugal's central bank has opened up its heavily guarded vaults. That really should go without saying, but it's probably a good idea to emphasize that point. In a small commuter town near Lisbon, giving a rare glimpse of where some of the country's gold reserves are kept. Notice they say some. The 67,000 square meter compound in Carregado houses an ultra-secure vault where 45% of the Bank of Portugal stores 382.6 tons of gold. The remaining 55% is abroad, mostly in the Bank of England in London. So really, in a sense, probably we were looking at some of Portugal's gold in that video that was shared by Periodic Videos a number of years ago. Gold is an important asset for central banks as it is a refuge asset and has no credit risk. That actually is a very good description of it. Think of it as a refuge, a monetary refuge, as well, the safe haven aspect of it, but really it is a refuge. This is from the Bank of Portugal board member Helder Rosalino on Tuesday during the rare media visit to the facility, guarded by armed police officers. Indeed. And I want to make sure that point is well stated here. The compound, which opened in 1995, is protected by alarms and surveillance cameras, and its multiple doors have keypad lock systems that have become more sophisticated over the years. And by the way, much of that technology, yea, though on a smaller scale, should be implemented by all of us. In fact, the best thing to way is have your gold stored at an undisclosed location. The vast majority of mine is, and is protected there and here as well. The gold bars, which weigh 12 kilograms, that's 26.46 pounds, each are stacked on hundreds of shelves in a vault behind armored doors. Now, it should be noted here, as is not mentioned in that sentence, is that there are about 400-ounce bars, I believe, for that about 27 pounds each. And that is kind of the standard gold bar weight. We'll take a look at them here momentarily. Only 3 staff members can open them by using a code on a rotary knob by turning 2 keys and then waiting for a 4th person to enter another code remotely from a control room. That's pretty high-level security there. Rosalino said that since 1999, when the euro currency was officially created, the value of Portuguese gold reserves has increased by 16.8 billion euros. It rose 4.3% to around 19.8 billion euros last year alone. He said 2021's increase was due to the appreciation of the US dollar against the euro. Gold is priced in US dollars. So there you go. So it just goes to show you that even though the prices of gold are kind of down a bit lately, it's holding on. It's holding its own. And it really is a safe haven, a store of value, a refuge, as it were. Portugal has the world's 14th largest gold reserve, with its value representing the equivalent of nearly 10% of the country's gross domestic product. So there you go. So it's pretty interesting news indeed. In fact, we're going to take a look here at the photographs, just 2 here from this story from Reuters. Part of Portugal's reserve gold bars are seen at the Bank of Portugal fortified complex in Carregado, Alenquer, Portugal, on May the 17th. It was actually taken on May the 17th, which was 1 day ago as of the recording of this video. And there we can see a full-on front look at one of the bars here. And you can see the Bank of Portugal fortified complex there. There's another image that we showed earlier, but here's a Portuguese site that has a little bit more detail in some of the images here. And what an amazing look here we can see of this bar and entrance into the vault. But let's go back and look here. You can see how clean it is and how they're stacked up. The shelving has got to be specially reinforced to hold that much weight. It's a concentration of weight. We saw much the same, but in a different kind of scenario in the Bank of London or the Bank of England. But look at that. That shelving is definitely very specialized and very sturdy and strong to distribute that weight evenly, because that's a lot of weight there. And here we can see the entrance to the vault here. Wow, pretty amazing. I think that says no smoking inside. Indeed, but look at that thick steel vault. Wow, definitely well protected. Here's looking down a hallway. It's a library of gold bars we're looking at there, folks. What an amazing photograph. And amazing to see how they are stacked up on that shelving there, and actually in such a way that the weight distribution is even and profound there. Look at that. 27 pounds each, these bars are stacked up so many levels high. Man, just to have one of those bars would be pretty exciting, but to have a whole row of them would be really keen. That would be a nice little personal gold ratio. I actually do know somebody, a member of this community, who has over 400 ounces of gold themselves. So they have one of these bars, their collection. That'd be a dream for sure. Moving ahead here we see another look at the edge of one of the shelves. You can see how reinforced that shelving is. Quite fascinating. Pretty amazing. And the lighting in there is quite open, but it's kind of nondescript room. But look at all that gold. Amazing. Amazing indeed. Let's take a look at another photo, and we can look and see this other aspect with one of the bars out there to view against the backdrop of a whole host of other bars on these shelves. In the library, they call these stacks, and this is definitely the stacks. There's quite a stack of gold, and in this room, which may be part of the same facility, they have stacks and pallets of currency that you can see there. Of course, that's fiat, government decree currency. And I tell you what, looking at them, those wheels, the amount there, I wonder how much gold it would take up. Probably just one of those little corners for the amount of gold to make up for all that currency would fit there. There you can see them stacking the 20 euro notes, processing the currency, inspecting the currency. And there's a 2 euro coin for Portugal, and You see they're looking at the coin through the microscope, probably checking for fakes and the like. And interesting indeed. So there's a mint, and there's the cash, destroyed cash. So everything there that you see on the bank. What an amazing thing. There you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I like to cover stories like this, and I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch. And I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate. Yes, that does mean to press that thumbs up button if you are so inclined. Share this video across all social media platforms. Comment and subscribe.